Good day, ma'am. I'm Claire H. Kagampang for BSHM 2, Section B. And I'm going to report the Organization and Management, Chapter 3, Theory of Management in Business and Industry. Sound practices and fundamental principles. The meaning of management. The word management is derived from the Italian word maneggiare, which means to train horses or literally to handle. From the French words manager, meaning to direct a household, to economize and manage an act of guiding or leading. Etymologically, therefore, it means to handle, direct, economically guide, and lead. Attributes of the term management. In the same way that the word organization may be defined to mean either a group of individuals and factors and their relationships or to the process itself, the term management can also assume varying shades of meaning. In its most comprehensive meaning, management is the organization of materials, machine, equipment, and men with the view of effecting the greatest possible measure of cooperation in the achievement of the desired result. Management is a distinctive profession of organizing and directing men, although too often unappreciated and neglected. In the light of the foregoing considerations ascribed to the word management, the following definitions may be arrived at. First, management is the art and science of organizing, preparing, and directing human efforts applied to control the forces and to utilize the materials of nature for the benefit of man. Second, management is the development of people and not the direction of things. Third, management is the scientific utilization of man, money, and materials to accomplish a desired purpose. Fourth, management is simply stated and defined as the getting of things done through the efforts of other people. Relationship between management and organization. In the previous chapter and in the preceding discussion, we mentioned the different and varying definitions of organization and management. However, in actual usage, say in the operation of business concerns, they are generally interchanged or jointly and inseparably applied. Management is the planning, directing, controlling, and coordinating of those elements. Organization refers to the structure or form of an enterprise and the arrangement of all parts, therefore, in a manner suitable for use in service. Figure 1 shows such relationship between organization and management. Functions of management. The functions of management are said to be the weaving together of the various parts so that all factors will function properly and all persons will cooperate for the common purpose. Specifically, management has the following functions: planning, coordinating, directing, and controlling. Planning is a methodic technique of looking ahead in order to meet work requirements and to reduce the amount of mental efforts required while the work is being done. Coordinating implies the smooth working together of the different composing elements. It aims toward a perfect meshing of or a harmonious adjustment among the elements employed. Directing means the pointing of all efforts toward the known objective. Management directs the basic elements so that they have a bearing straight upon the objective. The lines of action along which the enterprise is to move are set up. Direction gives guidance and points out the course to be followed. Control includes the restraining, checking, and motivating influences exercised by the management. System. A fundamental is opening a business. In business, planned methods of procedure are called system. System is one of the most valuable mechanism or aids of management. If a thing is to be done efficiently, it must be done systematically. System, if properly utilized, materially aids in securing the desired results. Advantages of proper use of system. System, when properly applied, has the following advantages. First, system is the introduction of order and method wherever it is applied. Such an advantage is apparent in any office considering the chaos that would reign if there were no system of filling correspondence records and other data, and instead everything were allowed to lie around in any place, or one is put over the other as it comes. Second, everyday work becomes routine through a system. Routine work flows along regular channels and can be handled by less experienced workers as the planning required for its performance has been done for them. Of course, there is the danger of routine become institutionalized and for constructive change to be effected only after extreme effort. Nevertheless, system properly used has this advantage. Third, system permits for those in authority to devote their time and effort to more important work such as planning, attending to major problems, searching for new markets and products, and the like. Fourth, system aids in the control and reduction of cost. A system based upon a certain purpose and comprehensive plan of action removes doubt and promotes certainty. Thus, true costs can be known and controlled. A system promotes smooth running, therefore many unnecessary costs can be eliminated. Rules of applying system. One must be careful not to consider system as a total cure for all industrials. Many managers in the past have become so interested in system that they lost sight of the objective. The result was the development and use of a complicated system so full of red tape which defeats the very objective of instituting it. The following are a few simple rules that may be used for guidance, always having in mind that system is a mechanism or an aid of management, a means toward an end but not the end in itself. First, system used in a particular concern should reflect a basic general plan. If department heads are allowed to devise their own system irrespective of the needs of other departments and of the concern as a whole, such will inevitably result to duplication of effort, waste, and eternal friction. Second, a system must represent a definite and useful purpose. In other words, any system that has outgrown its usefulness should be discarded. There should be conscious recognition that system can be changed if the need for improvement arises. Third, maintaining a system must prove worth its cost. Frequently, a system may help materially in producing the desired results, but at such a cost that it becomes a cure worse than the disease. This is a case where the company is system perfect but it becomes bankrupt due to the cost maintaining its system. Fourth, a system should be clear, simple, easily understood, and adequate to fit the need but involving the least expenditure of time and effort. Fifth, there should be frequent periodic checking. This periodic examination of a system will enable management to find out whether the system is still accomplishing the desired usefulness and whether the rules have been carried out as expected. Principles of management are a body of principles to be applied in the conduct of business. They can be applied to any business, large or small, partnership or corporation, industrial or commercial. Frederick W. Taylor was one of the pioneers if not the first, in developing these principles. The following principles, formulated some years ago, are considered fundamental to the successful conduct of any business enterprise. Number 1, the principle of policy making. Definite, clear out policies are essential to effective management. Number 2, principles of improvement and adjustment. To be successful, a business must advance. It cannot remain dormant. Number 3, the principle of balance. To secure proper development of business and efficiency in operation, a company must be internally well balanced. Number 4, the principle of relationship of task and accomplishment. A person works best and accomplishes most when he is given a definite job to be completed in a given time, the work being of a nature for which he is mentally and physically suited. Number 5, the principle of individual effectiveness. Individual effectiveness is increased through training and improved working conditions. Number 6, the principle of simplicity. All elements which are not essential to successful operation should be eliminated, and all those retained should be applied in the simplest way. Number 7, the principle of specialization. Scientific distribution of work results in specialization of effort and task. Number 8, the principle of standardization. Whenever practicable, best practices should be determined, expressed in terms of definite units or standards, and adopted as a pattern for us in operation or performance and in planning and control. Standardization of product. A company may originally manufacture 5 products. It decides, however, to concentrate on 1 or 2 types of products. Production standardization could be carried along reducing necessary supervision, clerical work, and designing of raw material carried in stock. Work is simplified and costs are reduced as a result. Administration standard. It gives managers a way of knowing whether an organization is working at its full capacity or how far below that level it is capable of reaching. Number 9, the principle of financial incentive. Remuneration should be in direct proportion to the value of accomplishment. Number 10, the principle of human relations. Management succeeds or fails as human relations in business are intelligently or otherwise handled. Number 11, the principle of planning. In order to satisfactorily accomplish anything of importance, there must be planning in advance of doing. Number 12, the principle of control. Planning is of little value unless there is subsequent control to make certain that the plans are carried out. Number 13, the principle of cooperation. The efforts of 2 or more individuals working as a unit toward a common goal are greater than the sum of the efforts of the individuals working or individuals. The role of leadership. Executive leadership is the galvanizing factor which integrates the various interests in the organization into a harmonious, inspired, and smoothly functioning unity organization. Principles and management techniques are of the MIND methods system, timetables, and stunts through personality, character, intelligence, and other tangible characteristics. Executives should have first physical and mental health, second intellect, third personality, fourth character, fifth language facility. These characteristics of leadership blend the principles of organization and management into a functioning whole.